My name is Eric, but I go by ET, right? And in terms of 2000, you just call me E dot T dot. You gotta spell out the dots. You know what I mean? I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm what they consider the OG at this point in my life. You know, and Brownsville. When I first came to VA, I was done doing all the hospital thing and take care of people that were sick. Cause after a while you get to feel like everything is wrong with you. You get a cold, you feel like you about to die. But needless to say, I came down here and I started cutting hair. So, cause it's something I did while I was working in the hospital. I used to cut patients' hair and trim them up and all of that stuff. So I figured that was something that I could get into. So I went to Votech. I went to Votech on Military Highway, and I did my thing. I was cutting up on North Newtown Road with my boy Osborne T. Still cutting to this day, doing other things too. Shout. But at the same time, I was selling mixed music while I was cutting hair. So I never claimed to be like this super barber or nothing like that, but I could fade you up, do all of that good stuff. But compared to New York, trying to get money cutting hair was like crazy because dudes was like, they would get a haircut like once every 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They come in and want a Caesar. Next time you see them again, they got an afro. I couldn't eat like that. So I was actually selling mixed tapes on the side. You know what I'm saying? So the mixed music that the DJs in New York was doing, Ron G at the time, it was only Chill Will, Ron G, early Clue wasn't really in the picture yet. You had, diehards like Craig G and stuff like that, but I would sell tapes while I was cutting hair, and it wasn't long before I realized that shit, I'm selling more tapes than haircuts. I make $30 cutting hair. I done made 100, 200, 300 selling tapes. So fast forward, we just moved straight from cutting hair like and we were selling tapes. I linked up with this brother Cliff McDougal. Y'all already know who he is, the tape man out in Norfolk State, and we linked up and we actually combined our efforts. I would actually seek out the DJs, being from New York, knowing who was who, and having my plug. My plug was Craig G, DJ Craig G. He worked in Music Factory, and when I used to come in, he used to say, "E, this is hot. This is what's this was that." And I wasn't paying none of the DJs for their music at first. Don't get this wrong. I was straight bootlegging, all right. But the thing was, I hadn't taken this serious enough to think that I wasn't trying to disrespect the artists for what they was doing or whatever. I was just trying to get a thing going, all right. But once I actually went from selling tapes on the street and me and Cliff doing what we was doing, and I wound up having to get a roof over my head because of the police starting to harass me. It was this way though. We were selling so much tapes in 7-Eleven parking lot across from Norfolk State. The store owners was mad. They knew that there was loads of people coming to spend money with us, and they didn't have what we had in their stores. Some people tried to cut deals, you know what I'm saying? My brother Ike just passed, you know what I'm saying? He was always a shelter. He was always dollar bill, you know what I'm saying? They was always good, you know what I'm saying? But some people, we gonna name nameless, they tried to buy a brother out, approach a brother and say, "Yo, how many tapes do I gotta buy to get them for raga $2?" I looked this same individual in the eye and said, "You need to buy a few million, all right?" And that's where this all started. Police started harassing. We had many artists that came through Flavor for You in the 8 years that we was in business. I never dreamed that, I can't say I never dreamed. I never even looked for artists to come through. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to give the people the gospel. You know what I'm saying? It was so much fake. But then I guess when they found out where the real was, Raekwon, Ghost, we hang out, we burn. You know what I'm saying? some of the early people I met, but everybody came through my shop. From Source Money, Buju Banton, Luciano, the whole, I mean, Wu Syndicate, the Lost Boys. I can't even name all of them. I mean, Memph Bleak, I mean, Buster, the whole, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it was a shock to see, but it was where the real came from, and it was that type of connection. And it wasn't until I started getting calls from record companies every week, like who's hot in your area. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no super record store or nothing like that, but the buzz was this was the go-to place. So I would tell them who was hot. At the time, it was Greer. Greer was on the street hot as hell. DMP, my boy Black and Decker, they was killing the game. It was a lot of cats. Maya Lasky and Wu Syndicate. It was a lot of heat on the street. But at the same time, there was a lot of bullshit on the street because I dealt with a lot of people within the music, and they was just so happy to bring their tape and have it in the store. But that was not enough to move forward. They didn't put no push behind their music, and it ended up most of the time in the come get your shit box. And they never want to come get their shit because they too busy telling people my shit is in Flavor for You. I'll say, but they not telling them to go buy it from Flavor for You. They just proud that it's in the store. So the moral to that is the people that rose to the top, they didn't drop their music off. They pushed their music through. You know what I'm saying? And I was happy to give them that extra push. You know what I'm saying? Well, the difference from music then and now is a whole different thing because when we were selling mixtapes, the kids in your area in Brooklyn or in Norfolk or in Compton or wherever, they didn't have a vehicle on how to express themselves. So a mixtape brought you right into their neighborhood, and it told you, whether it was DJ Screw or Jelly or something like that, it took you right into their hood and it told you their stories. All right? And I ain't gonna say it glorified violence, but it told the truth of what was going on. It never made up stories in order to come to the table with something that people like to hear. Because most of the people I knew, they could just open their mouth and tell you a story. You either be laughing, crying, or anywhere in between. You know what I'm saying? It was just real life. But nowadays, it's more about to get a rep or clout chasing or whatever. I ain't never, we used to go get clothes to get fresh, to go out and do shit. Nowadays, these dudes go out and commit all kind of things to get fresh to stand in front of their phone. I mean, who does that? You go out and spend thousands of dollars to go show off for your phone. You have no human contact. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to tap into the next thing that you think everybody want to hear. Now, as far as artists from now and then, I'm going to take you right here, all right? I listen to all artists, all genres. But in the rap field, there's some people that, even in the new school, I can't even call them new school, that they just shine through and breathe that air of authenticity that we exhibited back in the days. You know what I'm saying? And those is artists like, I'm going to go with Kendrick. I'm going to definitely say J. Cole. You got that whole Griselda family rising to the top of to power right now. All of them, you could just listen to lyrics and know that real life existed in what they said. They didn't go purchase a bunch of guns to jump in front of a camera to say about what they going to do and start snitching on themselves. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating on you drill rappers, but that's not where it's at, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's not where it's at. I watched Jacksonville. I watched the whole FBG Duck shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some weirdo shit, man. That's really some weirdo shit, man. Y'all would actually go out there, do something, and then come back to a device and start talking about it, rolling somebody up. I smoked this one, and this feels good to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, come up out of that, man. I mean, the only thing I could say for artists today coming up is you really gotta just gotta be yourself, you know, and you gotta be grounded within yourself. If you just looking for fame or notoriety, become a YouTuber. Do something else, dude. Don't just be spouting out a bunch of shit and telling people kill, murder, That's crap, man. If you can't feed the soul of your people that are listening to your art form, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? So, I mean, the stuff that you're doing will never be a classic. It lasts 5 seconds and then it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm sitting here in front of a book of classics. I'll go straight through my book. Illmatic, Ready to Die, The Infamous, Into the 36 Chambers, To the Death. You know what I'm saying? It's just endless classics. And you could put any of these things on to this day and be like, yo, music. You know? So to the young cats, make classics. Don't make goofy stuff that just seems right for the moment. Make it dig down deep. Because if you feel it, somebody else feels it. You know what I'm saying? And stay away from the crowd, yo. If you feel like you in the crowd, you in the wrong place, because you doing what the crowd do. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to be off to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the genius is. It's not in the crowd with a bunch of yes men telling you, oh yeah, that's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Actually, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Be true to yourself. Make good music. Well, I mean, I'm reachable. I'm here for the community, and you can reach me One Touch Graphics on Instagram, or Hybrid Tobacco, or HB Tobacco 1800 on Instagram. But I'm in your local stores. I'm in your neighborhoods. I'm where you at. All you gotta do is send up that smoke signal, and we can build. Alright, I'm willing to build whoever who wants to build. You know what I'm saying? Not that corny stuff. So reach out.